Conflict in organizations. So, introduction. Cotter, 2012, states that there are fatal errors in organization that go through change, and because of it, experience conflict. Here are some of those errors: allowing too much complacency, failing to create a significantly powerful guiding coalition, underestimating the power of vision, under communicating the vision, and letting obstacles block vision. Failing to create short term wins, declaring victory too soon, and neglecting to anchor changes firmly in the corporation or corporate culture. So, errors and their consequences. So, for errors, you have complacency, no guiding coalition, underestimating the vision, not communicating, obstacles, no short term wins, declaring victory too soon, and changes are not anchored in corporate cultures. And the consequences of these errors could be new strategies aren't implemented well, acquisitions do not go smoothly, changes take long and cost more, programs are a letdown, and downsizing does not cut costs. So, what happens when these errors excuse me, what happens when these errors turn into these consequences? You get stress and frustration. So with stress and frustration, it can quickly lead to conflict within an organization. Biblical viewpoint on conflict, you have Proverbs 15:18, which says, "A hot-tempered person stirs up conflict, but the one who is patient can calm a quarrel." And then Matthew 18:15 says, "If your brother or sister sins, go and point out their faults just between the two of you, and if they listen to you, you've won them over." And then Hebrews 12:14 says, "Make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord." Why do organizations experience conflict? Well, you have, like we talked about, stress and frustration, which leads to conflict. There could be people not understanding the mission, the vision, because you're not communicating it, and how an individual fits into the organization. Goals can lead to lack of dedication and motivation. And conflicts arise when there's a lack of communication, transparency, or understanding. So they all kind of go hand in hand. How can organizations manage conflict? Focus on who is in the organization and who is on certain teams. Collins, 2001, says, yes, compensation and incentives are important, but for very different reasons in good to great companies. The purpose of a compensation should not be to get the right behaviors from the wrong people, but to get the right people on the bus in the first place and to keep them there. If you have a solid team to begin with, communication and collaboration will be more natural. How can organizations manage conflict? Conflict confront the truth about the current state of the organization so that communication can occur, problems can be solved, and there's transparency present. And then Collins also states leadership is about vision, but leadership is equally about creating a climate where the truth is heard and the brutal facts are confronted. There's a huge difference between the opportunity to have your say and the opportunity to be heard. Confront the truth about the current size of the organization so that communication can occur, problems can be solved, and there's a transparency present. Collins also says phrases like loud debate, heated discussions, and healthy conflict peppered the article and interview transcripts from all the companies. They didn't use discussions as a sham process to let people have their say so that they could buy in to a predetermined decision. The process was more like a heated scientific debate with people engaged in a search for the best answers. So moving forward, we need to focus on good to great in communication, establish who is on the team, and collaborating with all voices being heard. We need to take the time to listen, make sure everyone feels heard and respected, and this will help with overall work climate. Making employees feel appreciated, not just through financial compensation, but overall in the job is important. In conclusion, organizational conflict is not abnormal. How an organization handles conflict can make or break the climate of the organization, and organizations can lose good people due to lack of conflict prevention and intervention. And here are my references. Thank you.